Water restrictions have been extended to Northland's east coast communities and a total fire ban remains in place, despite rain sprinkling parts of the region today. Coastal communities have been told to conserve water because there's a risk seawater could contaminate drying bores, streams, rivers and lakes, making the water undrinkable. Agricultural Minister Damien O'Connor is visiting the drought-stricken region tomorrow, where farmers and households are desperate for reprieve. Amy Wilson reports.
Water shortages are starting to hit Northland's coastal communities that rely on natural reserves. The Northland Regional Council has extended water restrictions to more than 20 coastal communities along Northland's eastern shores that draw water from bores, springs, streams, rivers and lakes. The council's water and waste manager, Ali McHugh, says these coastal aquifers are at such low levels they're at risk of being contaminated with seawater.
There could be a salty taste to the water, as generally people's first indications, or it could be that their pumps are behaving not how they normally would. Some pumps wouldn't cope with deposits in them, so it may be that their pumps behaving differently or they're tasting salty water.
Ms McHugh says it'll take months of above-average rainfall to raise the aquifer's levels. She says the longer the drought goes on, the worse the situation will become. Despite the well-documented drought, some people are ignoring a total fire ban in Northland. On Sunday, a scrub fire in Paihia caused a dozen homes to be evacuated. Fire and Emergencies Regional Manager, Ron Devlin, says there have been over 100 avoidable fires since the ban began, some deliberately lit and others started by power tools and lawnmowers used at the hottest time of day.
Don't light fires. They're unnecessary. I can't think of any reason why anybody would need to go out there and light a fire. For the next few weeks, if you want to burn your rubbish, wait till the fire ban is finished. Barbecues on the beach or ground fires and so forth. Wait, there's no need for those.
Met Service says an average 5 mils of rain fell in scattered showers in Northland today, with some areas experiencing heavy rainfall. Its meteorologist, Kieran Doolan, says it was a brief reprieve.
Today's probably the last gasp of wet that we'll see for the next few days at least. So there's a front that's been making its way up the North Island today, which has had a bit of thunderstorm activity associated with it, although that's been more concentrated to the southeast of Northland.
Mr Doolan says Met Service is monitoring a low-pressure system moving over the Tasman, but it's too early to say if there's a chance of rain for the region next week. Ron Devlin from the Fire Service has a message for Northland about the rain. It's business as usual.
The risk is not reduced. I reiterate that a few hours of a warm, dry wind and all that dampness is gone.
The drought conditions in Northland were classified as an adverse event for the primary sector last month, unlocking government funding for local farmers and growers. Agriculture Minister Damien O'Connor will be visiting Northland tomorrow to meet with locals and farming leaders affected by the drought. For Checkpoint, Amy Williams.